This is CTC News with Wesley Kotar, broadcasting from Sint Eustatius, Dutch Caribbean. Sponsored by Utel NV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Duggins Shopping Center.
We have come to the end of another week. Today, Friday, August 9, 2013, on the Golden Rock. Good evening. I am Wesley Kotar, and this is CTC News, broadcasting live from CTC Studios at Statius Mall. In tonight's local news, Station Monuments Foundation wins case against Spatial Planning Development Plan. Pension scheme professionalized. Softball matches continue on Sunday. Details on local news right after a short break.
CT Creativity, known to many as CTC, has gone global. CTC TV and CTC Radio can be viewed and heard from any part of the world. Just visit www.ctcreativity.com and go to CTC TV to watch live or CTC Radio to listen live. Get more involved by interacting with your TV and radio hosts with live chat rooms. You can also view the latest trending videos, CTC News, take part in polls, vote for the top songs or videos, and much more. www.ctcreativity.com. www.ctcreativity.com. Share it with the world. Share it with the world. Share it with the world. Share it with the world.
CTC News, sponsored by Utel NV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Duggins Shopping Center.
St. Eustatius Monuments Foundation won the appeal at the Joint Court of Aruba, Curaçao, St. Martin, and of Bonaire, St. Eustatius, and Saba in their case against the Spatial Development Plan as adopted by the Island Council of Statia. SEMF's case was primarily against an amendment facility in the plan that enabled the decision to construct a new oil terminal south of Signal Hill to be rushed through by the Executive Council. The judge of the Court of First Instance had previously ruled that SEMF was inadmissible in its case. It was the judge's opinion that SEMF would only be affected by the actual use of the amendment facility and not by the facility itself. This decision has now been declared null and void. Attorney at law Bert Hofman represented the Island Council in the appeal. As an interested third party, New Star Terminals NV had also been requested to appear. The company was represented in court by lawyer Thijs Leijsen. Director of the Monuments Foundation, Walter Hellebrand, spoke on behalf of the foundation. The two lawyers repeated the arguments they had used in the Court of First Instance. Hellebrand had stated during the hearing that the amendment possibility posed a considerable risk to the protection of Statia's heritage and safety, as it enables a swift, low-profile procedure for the most far-reaching element in the Spatial Development Plan. Instead of a careful process with proper information sessions for the general public and opportunities for active involvement and participation, it only requires for the decision of the Executive Council to be available for the public consultation for a period of 15 days. The Joint Court stated in its verdict that this plea was successful and has ordered that the case will have to be dealt with by the court in first instance in its full entirety once again. SEMF is opposed to a new oil terminal south of Signal Hill, as it will be located too close to Oranje Stad, threatening the monumental aspect of the historic core. Pensioenfonds Caribisch Nederland made considerable progress with professionalizing the implantation of the pension scheme of 2012. From the annual report on the government, education, healthcare, and associated bodies in the Caribbean Netherlands, Bonaire, St. Eustatius, and Saba, it appears that PCN has organized the participants' administration. As a result, there is complete insight into the financial position of the fund, and the external accountant Ernst & Young has approved the annual accounts. PCN focused on organizing a computerized participants' administration last year based on reports from the former general pension funds of the longer existent Netherlands Antilles APNA and from the employers. Although the transfer of the asset division of APNA wasn't completely finished yet, PCN managed to gain a clear insight into the total pension commitments via an extensive inspection of the files and through advertisements in the daily papers in which former participants were called on to report. This professionalization in 2013 also appears from the completion of fund documents such as the pension regulation and the actuarial and company technical account. PCN also made considerable progress in 2012 on the investment policy, risk management, and expertise development. The total pension capital of PCN increased from $250 million at the end of 2011 to $270 million at the end of 2012. This was mainly due to a remarkably higher investment result. The return on the total portfolio was 8.8% in 2012. The coverage percentage was 11.4 at the end of 2012, almost equal to the level at the end of 2011. This percentage had meanwhile dropped at the end of June 2014 to 108.4 due to lower returns on the financial markets. PCN has increased the pension right for active employees, sleepers, and pensioners by 1.1% based on allowance policy. PCN expects to complete the startup phase, which began in 2010, in 2013. This year, the fund will follow up on the investment policy and the expertise development. PCN will also open counters on St. Eustatius and Sabre while completing its staff on Bonaire. The complete annual report can be found on the website www.pensioenfondscn.com. And finally, in local news, the 2013 Statia Sabre Inter-Island Softball Competition continues this Sunday, August 11th. Sabre's male and female teams, the Soldiers and Crosswind, will be departing here abroad from Sabre on the Waterman on Sunday onward to Statia. They will be going up against Statia's Thunders and Earthquake teams at the Cottage Ballpark. Coming up next in regional news, St. Vincent Prime Minister acts to intervene in St. Kitts Nevis political crisis, and Samuel to resign to make way for William Marlin. Details in regional and later international news right after a word from our sponsors.
Thinking about building your home or business? Well, you can check us out at CT Creativity. Here we can design or take your design and ideas and add our touch of creativity to architectural drawings and details which will build your future home or business. At CT Creativity there are two options. Option 1, our basic prints, which includes all floor plans and details with 3D views of the exterior. Option 2, our advanced prints, which includes all floor plans, details, 3D views of the exterior and interior with realistic pictures of the entire property, giving you a direct look into your future. Give us a call at 318-1627 or 318-4664. CT Creativity, where creativity stands out.
CTC News, sponsored by Utel NV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Dugging's Shopping Center.
And now in regional news, the opposition leader in St. Vincent and the Grenadines has written formally to Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves asking him to intervene in the no-motion confidence stalemate in St. Kitts and Nevis. Opposition leader Arnim Eustace made reference to what he described as a refusal of the Speaker of the House of Assembly and the government in Basseterre to table for debate the motion filed by the parliamentary opposition last year, December. Eustace said that it was patently unacceptable that Prime Minister Denzel Douglas was taking action to present a Boundaries Commission report to Parliament at a time when he does not have majority of elected parliamentarians backing him. The Vincentian opposition leader said it is on no means significant that of the 11 elected representatives in the Parliament in Basseterre, that 6 now constitute the opposition and therefore the arithmetical and constitutional majority for the purposes of a no vote of confidence. Prior to penning his concerns in the letter to Gonsalves, Eustace told Win FM in late July that the loud silence from OECS and CARICOM heads of the government on the St. Kitts and Nevis political crisis was not serving democracy well. Further in regional news, coming out of St. Martin, after just over a year as a member of parliament, former parliament president Rudolph Samuel is to resign to make way for the return of National Alliance leader William Marlin, who has been without an elected or appointed government post since June, when the NA-led coalition was replaced by the current coalition led by United People's Party. Samuel briefly announced his departure from Parliament as he was making a contribution during Thursday's Central Committee meeting that dealt with an amendment to the law regulating the Supervisory Commission of the National Security Service, VDSM. Asked by this newspaper for further details about his pending departure, Samuel said he and Marlin had agreed to host a joint press conference on Marlin's return to St. Martin in the coming days. He also declined to say whether his resignation letter already had been submitted to the President of Parliament. According to the country's electoral regulations, when an MP resigns, the vacant seat goes to the highest vote getter on his or her party slate, who is not already serving in Parliament and has not been appointed as a minister. In this case, the highest vote getter is Marlin. Marlin resigned from Parliament in May 2012 after becoming minister in the NA-led coalition. The function of the MP and ministers are not compatible based on the Constitution. It is possible that Marlin will take up his seat in the legislature by September 10th when the new parliamentary year opens. This according to the Daily Herald. In international news, Britain should consider fingerprinting illegal immigrants. Britain should consider fingerprinting the thousands of immigrants caught trying to enter the country illegally every year via France, an independent report on Britain's border said on Thursday. Over 8,000 illegal immigrants were caught trying to enter Britain in either vehicles or containers between September 2011 and August 2012. Independent Commissioner John Vine questioned why their prints were not registered when the information could be used for those who later re-entered Britain applying for asylum. I find it surprising that people attempting to enter the UK, concealed in freight vehicles, who are discovered by Border Force are no longer fingerprinted at Kailas or Coquillas, he said, referring to the two French coastal towns where the Border Force used to fingerprint until 2010. The Home Office said that fingerprinting was not always of use, but would look again at its policy. With immigration set to be a key issue at the 2015 general election, the conservative-left government has been ratcheting up efforts to catch illegal immigrants, with spot checks by border staff last month in London and posters in the capital warning illegal immigrants to leave the country. But illegal immigrants arriving via northern France are still able to bypass migration checks on some Eurostar train services, the independent report said. Border Force officers only detect many illegal immigrants when they arrive in the London's arrival terminal at St. Pancras Station, the end point of Eurostar journeys between Britain and the continent. Passengers who board in Brussels with a ticket to Lille are not subject to identity checks, as both Belgium and France are part of the European Union's Schengen area, permitting passport-free movement of people within the area. Britain did not sign the Schengen Agreement. The Home Office was criticized by some campaigners for 15 redactions in the report. The redactions were made in accordance with the law and in consultation with Vine, the Home Office said in a statement. The Home Secretary is required to redact any material which, if published, would be prejudicial to the interests of national security, it added. And that was it for our news stories for this evening. Coming up next, your 3-day weather forecast for the islands of Statia, Saba, and St. Martin. Stay tuned for local weather conditions right after this break.
Thinking about building your home or business? Well, you can check us out at CT Creativity. Here we can design or take your design and ideas and add our touch of creativity to architectural drawings and details which will build your future home or business. At CT Creativity there are two options. Option 1, our basic prints, which includes all floor plans and details with 3D views of the exterior. Option 2, our advanced prints, which includes all floor plans, details, 3D views of the exterior and interior with realistic pictures of the entire property, giving you a direct look into your future. Give us a call at 318-1627 or 318-4664. CT Creativity, where creativity stands out.
CTC News, sponsored by Utel NV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Dugging's Shopping Center.
And now for your 3-day weather forecast, we'll begin on Station Sabre. Tonight, Friday, August 9th, scattered showers, temperatures of 88 degrees Fahrenheit, 40% chances of rain with the winds east-northeast at 19 miles per hour. Tomorrow on Saturday, August 10th, scattered showers, temperatures of 85 degrees Fahrenheit, 30% chances of rain with the winds east at 20 miles per hour. On Sunday, August 11th, scattered showers, temperatures of 85 degrees Fahrenheit, 40% chances of rain with the winds east at 20 miles per hour. Moving over to St. Martin, tonight, Friday, August 9th, scattered showers, temperatures of 88 degrees Fahrenheit, 40% chances of rain with the winds east-northeast at 13 miles per hour. Tomorrow, Saturday, August 10th, scattered showers, temperatures of 87 degrees Fahrenheit, 30% chances of rain with winds east at 15 miles per hour. On Sunday, August 11th, scattered showers, temperatures up to 86 degrees Fahrenheit, 40% chances of rain with the winds east at 15 miles per hour. And that concludes another edition of CTC News for this evening. CTC News broadcasts live 3 times weekly on CTC Channel 7 and CTC Radio 101.9. Tune in again on Monday for more local, regional, and international news stories. For those students back to school on Monday, CTC takes this opportunity to wish you a productive and exciting 2013-2014 scholastic year. To one and all I say, until next time, do have a good one.